100 employees.
Two of the largest federal unions respond to the president's order all government workers be vaccinated. I'm Megan Cloherty.
Also this morning,
Montgomery County Schools on cutting the number of students sent home to quarantine. I'm Kate Ryan.
It's 3 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
In Monica Ricks in New York, the nation's second largest school district will require students ages 12 and up to get a COVID vaccine. CBS's Steve Futterman is in L.A.
The proposal was passed by the school board without opposition. One board member declined to vote because of a conflict of interest. The proposal goes into effect in January. There are likely to be legal challenges, though, before that. Students who are not vaccinated can continue to receive instruction remotely.
Meantime, President Biden is mandating vaccines for all federal workers. And employees at companies with more than 100 workers will have to choose between the shot or weekly test. Here's CBS's Weijia Jiang in Washington.
The other new thing is that there are real consequences to pay here. For employers that do not comply, they face fines of up to $14,000 per violation. And so, it has real teeth here to put the pressure on businesses, to put the pressure on their workers to get vaccinated.
United Airlines is putting its employees on unpaid leave if they refuse to get vaccinated. President Biden called China's leader Xi Jinping to fix some issues between the two nations. They've butted heads on stuff recently, from cybersecurity breaches to China's trade practices and its handling of the pandemic. About 20 more Americans have evacuated Afghanistan.
We can confirm that a Qatar Airways charter flight with U.S. citizens, lawful permanent residents on board departed the Hamid Karzai International Airport.
State Department spokesman Ned Price says the U.S. will keep helping Americans who want to leave the country. San Francisco's Millennium Tower is sinking quickly despite a massive plan to fix it. KPIX TV's Max Darrow reports.
Construction is on hold at San Francisco's leaning Millennium Tower and has been for the past several weeks. Supervisor Aaron Peskin doesn't want it to start back up until a new and independent review panel of experts gets their eyes on the project and has called for a hearing on the matter.
I would like there to be a pause until we know what we're doing, and I think that construction should not resume until we've impaneled the best experts that this country has.
Peskin has been closely monitoring a so-called perimeter pile upgrade to prop up the Millennium Tower ever since he first heard about it 2 years ago.
Leylah Fernandez could become one of the youngest players to ever win the U.S. Open. She's already the youngest female player since Serena Williams to beat several top 5 seeds at the tournament. The 19-year-old will take on Emma Raducanu in the finals tomorrow. The men played their semifinal matches today. First match is at 3 p.m. Eastern. This is CBS News.
WTOP at 3:03. Friday morning, September 10th, 2021. Mostly sunny, warm, and pleasant this Friday. High of around 80 degrees. 63 you're waking up to right now. Thanks for taking us along for your Friday morning ride. Topping the local stories we're looking at as we move into this day together. Local national mix, in fact, this Friday morning. President Joe Biden officially announcing this week new COVID vaccine requirements affecting as many as 100 million people at large firms and health facilities. This new rule is that you must be vaccinated or be tested weekly. And the president further says it's set to sign an executive order, requiring federal employees and contractors alike to get a COVID vaccination without a testing opt-out. Now, the two largest labor unions are reacting this morning to the news.
The president's executive order states that all government workers or contractors have 75 days to get fully vaccinated or face counseling and discipline, to include termination. In response, the president of the largest federal union, the American Federation of Government Employees, Everett Kelly, issued a statement saying it has strongly encouraged all members to get vaccinated. But, quote, changes like this should be negotiated with our bargaining units. The National Treasury Employees Union, which represents 150,000 employees, issued a statement that says in part, quote, some employees will disagree, others will welcome the additional security. But it says the effective day of maximum telework reentry should be delayed to continue to protect all federal workers. Megan Cloherty, WTOP News.
Closer to home locally, Montgomery County Public Schools now requiring its staffers to get a COVID vaccination. But unlike many mandates we've heard about, they will not have the option of getting a weekly COVID test instead. They're required to get a first dose by September 30th, the second by October 29th. The spokesperson for the school district says this morning in an email that failure to comply could eventually result in termination. Also new this morning, students involved locally in Montgomery County school sports, we hear, will now have to be vaccinated for winter and spring sports.
Fairfax and Loudoun County schools already do it. Now Montgomery County Public Schools will require student athletes taking part in winter and spring sports to get coronavirus vaccinations.
Those are high contact sports, and everything that we can do to mitigate the spread of COVID-19, we want to be able to do that.
That's Interim Superintendent Dr. Manifa McKnight, who made the announcement during Thursday's Board of Education meeting. COVID-19 policies on quarantining students came under fire from parents. Those policies and contact tracing procedures are being updated. More than 1,000 students and staff were sent home to quarantine after the first week of in-person instruction. Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
The Loudoun County Board of Supervisors will require county employees, including those of the Library Board of Trustees, to be vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. The board voted on Wednesday this week on the measure during its business meeting. No timetable provided on when exactly requirements will be in place. As part of the board's direction, county staff will include in the policy medical and religious exemptions for employees. It's 3:06 Friday morning, September 10th. In other news, we're following for you this morning an update we bring you now to our story on D.C. residents facing evictions. This after the Supreme Court, you will remember, put an end to a federal moratorium just last month. Well, D.C. lawmakers demanding the mayor's office in the district do more to help keep people in their homes.
The mayor's office says upcoming evictions only affect renters who were going to be evicted before the pandemic started. Deputy Mayor John Falchecchio writes because of that, the city can't use federal rental assistance. But D.C. Council Chair Phil Mendelson says they may not be eligible for the money they needed pre-pandemic.
That doesn't mean that the rent owed at this point isn't during the pandemic and therefore eligible.
Mendelson says if nothing happens, about 70 households will be evicted as early as next week. He wants to talk with the mayor about empowering local organizations to help disperse funds. D.C. has already provided over $140 million in federal assistance through the Stay D.C. program. Shayna Stewin, WTOP News.
At CDW, we get that a cyborg assistant won't make your employees more productive from home.
Please, call me Brian. I can vacuum your dog.
That's great. But at CDW, we can design a productivity solution with Lenovo devices that offer fast, reliable connectivity to help your people manage their workloads the right way.
Can I have a human hug?
No. For technology that moves you forward, trust Lenovo and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo Client.
Thank the Lord for the night.
You're with WTOP, and Dean Lane.
Is a paid commercial message.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
The first bet on Caesar Sportsbook app is up to $5,000 risk-free, people. When I told my team about the idea, they said I was being too wonderful and magnificent. But I don't care how awesome this makes me. I'm doing this for the people. So just download the app, and that first bet is up to $5,000 risk-free. Caesar made an app for the people.
Must be 21. Offer valid in Virginia only and for new players. Paid in bet credits. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call, text, or chat 1-888-532-3500.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store, and you know what time of year it is? It's back to school time, and time once again for all of those after-school activities. Whether it's ballet or football, drama or field hockey, band or basketball, kids' feet need to feel good. Those cleats, sneakers, or shoes for band often don't do those young feet any favors. If our kids are going to stay active and healthy, then they need good feet. That means it's also time to take your kids to the Good Feet Store. Yeah, that's right, the young ones, the kids. Bring them into the Good Feet Store and let's treat them to some personal service. Our team members will measure their feet and find the right arch support for them. They can still wear the shoes they want, but they will have the support to make them comfortable now and keep their feet healthy for the future. It won't take long, and it could change their life. Go to goodfeet.com to make an appointment or just stop by the location nearest you. The Good Feet Store.